I choose you, Pikachu! Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Maikya and yeah, welcome back. So today's video we're going to be discussing the top 5 evolutions for Scorbunny. Now if you guys haven't checked out the other 2 videos where I did Grookey and Sobble, go check those out down below after this video is finished, obviously afterwards. Basically, we've been going through them all and we've got Scorbunny, which is my favourite starter now. Many of these designs have been inspired off sports and that sort of thing, and many others have just been inspired off rabbits in general. So let's just get straight into this and I will just go through them one by one and we'll have a talk about each one. So let's get started. So our first design here is basically a football rabbit, fire rock type, and this design is pretty damn cool. So this design features a rock with flames around it, which is kind of like a football on fire. Really nice idea. The rabbit's kind of got these shorts on and these rock studs, so he's kind of based on a football player. I could totally see this being a thing. I don't see why they wouldn't make it more sports related. For example, in my theories I've discussed the idea that their evolutions might be based on sports or theatre or that sort of thing. So I could totally see this being a thing. I really like this kind of design. I like how determined the rabbit looks, do you know what I mean? Like, he looks really determined. And they've kind of kept really close to Scorbunny's kind of colour scheme, using the yellow where it's needed, the white where it's needed, and the red where it's needed. So it's not too dissimilar from Scorbunny, just a bit more red. Really, really nice idea. I love how they've kind of given different perspectives on the tail and how he'd like tackle the ball and what's on his feet and that sort of thing. Really, really interesting. So I really like this idea. I think it'd be a grand idea. I don't really know what the middle evolution for this would be, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this looks like a really cool design. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, let's just get to number 4. So in number 4 we've got a very similar one to the last, so it's very much football based, but this time instead of using coal or stone, they're using a sun sort of thing, like a glowing ball of fire as the football. Now this one actually has a middle evolution, which is sort of like a little football player, like it looks like a kid going to a football game and just having a chill time. Now from Scorbunny, this person's added like these little sandals, these little shoes, they've added these gloves, they've added this little neck brace and this kind of headband, which makes it look like a, you know, kid playing football and stuff, you know, that sort of thing. Really, really nice middle transition, obviously, to the final one. The final one here looks really cool with glowing ears, these big ears, this massive bit of fur, reminds me a bit of Delphox, so that's quite cool. And then this flaming tail, which I could really see actually Game Freak using a flaming tail. I don't see that why they wouldn't. Like, the bunny's tail's quite a fluffy thing. Why not turn that fluff into flames? I mean, why not, you know? And then they've added like these armbands and these like elbow braces, knee braces, and obviously like these shoes. And they're using this flaming ball of fire to represent a football. Really nice idea. I love how they've continued using the headband. They've just made it bigger, bulkier. Looks like it's wearing almost like a football shirt, but obviously it's fur instead. Really nice idea, really, really creative. I really like how creative people are with this sort of thing. So I really like this design. I think it's a great idea. I really like the fact that the middle evolution is sort of like a good transition between Scorbunny and the final. Really good idea. So let's just move on to number 3. In third place we have Scorlance, which has actually been given a name by this person. Really, really creative art here. So this Pokemon looks insane. So this person's, instead of gone for a sports approach, they've kind of gone from a traditional medieval sports approach. So lancing was basically a thing where you'd get on a horse, you'd have sort of like a spear, but like a short spear, and you'd try and knock the other opponent off their horse as you march towards each other. Really nice idea how they've taken the rabbit and changed that to do this. Really, really cool design. I love how they've kind of got like these little like knee pads. The feet are kind of staying the same theme, the ears are staying the same theme, but he's got like this kind of crown almost, and he just looks like a hare. A lot less like a rabbit, more like a hare, more kind of aggressive and fiery. Definitely a really cool design. I love how his lance is like pure fire as well. That could be really cool for some Pokemon moves. Definitely a really nice idea. He looks like a knight, which is nice because the person here pointed out that he looks like a knight, which kind of adds to the Pokemon Sword and Shield theme. A lot of knights, medieval, that sort of thing. Really like this design, one of my favourites for sure. I don't see why they shouldn't do something like this. I really do think that adding that kind of knight-esque sort of appeal would definitely add appeal to the Scorbunny Evolution line. So let me know what you guys think of this one. I think this is definitely a good contender for the type of thing we might be getting. Who knows, we'll have to see obviously, but if you guys like this one, let me know. And let's go to number 2. For our second design, we have this really nicely digitally drawn one. So instead of actually having like an illustrated one, we have a digitally drawn one. It's really nice and different to the other ones we've actually seen today. I really like how this person's like shown it as sort of like a concept art. They've kind of explained different moves, like how he does things, what he uses his body for, and what kind of, you know, features he has. So the name is Smelt Hair, which is kind of cool. That's like smelting, obviously, and hair. And a Fire Steel type, which kind of links to a lot of theories we've been discussing in the last week or two. So, really cool design. I actually really like this. It's really, really smart. It's really graceful. It's quite fiery. It looks like a hare, obviously, which is very much close to British culture. We have, obviously, we have the wildlife of the hare. We have rabbits and hares. We have a lot of that. And like I said, I just love how they've explained it all. So they've said that it's got a head as hard as steel. Its feet are as strong as hammers, helping it shape forged metal. So this Pokemon's kind of like a Forgemon. It's kind of creating metal weapons and that sort of thing. Kind of links well to the theme, obviously, of the Galar region. Really, really nice idea. And then it says here that the frill around its neck can expand and deflate, helping it to cool its body, aka bellows. So in, obviously, you know, in traditional times when they had traditional fires, they'd use these bellows to pump the fire to get some more oxygen on the flames to let the flames kind of rip through the air. So they've done this obviously by adding this round as a collar to the Pokemon to make this sort of bellows thing where it kind of regulates the temperature of the Pokemon. Really, really nice how they combine like nature, objects, and this Pokemon all into one to make this really cool design. I love how they've explained it. Really, really good idea. Nice concept. So let me know if you guys like this one, and let's get into the first position. For our final design, we've got this really nice refined hair. This kind of cool figure that looks very sort of hero-esque. It's got this beautiful cape and these beautiful antlers almost, kind of making it sort of like a mythology-based hair. Really, really nice design. I love how they've used the green eye to kind of contrast the red. Really, really cool. The ears are kind of using that yellow from before, but kind of just adding on just a little bit, making it less like Scorbunny, but more like, obviously, its own Pokemon. So we've got like this design with the orange and the white body. Really, really nice. It's very simple, very clean. I'm sure it's very easy to translate to a Pokemon model. And then obviously you've got the fur and the face here that adds some kind of complexity to the design. I really like how his claws are brown and like bigger, and he looks like he could do some digging or something. But I definitely think he'd probably just be a fire type in general. I don't think they'd add another type here to this design specifically. I'd love to see Game Freak try this with something, instead of just going like the normal route where they kind of just evolve it over time. I'd love to see them like add a bit more of a mix to it, add another element like the antlers here. It'd be a really, really nice touch. I just love the cape. I think it's amazing. He looks like either a superhero or a mythological creature. I just think it's a really nice design. So that's all I have time for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button down below. Be sure to let me know which you guys think would be the most plausible for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'd love to hear what you have to say as usual. Be sure to subscribe down below for more videos like this in the future. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you with another video.